YouTube video. I've had a lot of people actually asking me to do a YouTube page with the different things that I do. One of the main things being the food that I cook. So today, don't mind me, like this is literally like my first time doing this. I'm like, all right, kind of all over the place. I'm going to do a Turkish spiced beef bowl, like just over plain white rice. So I already have my water in a pot boiling, and you can see here that's boiling. I have my rice already gone ahead. My rice is washed and rinsed. You just put the rice in a fine mesh strainer, strain it out. Salt your water. Very, very important for flavor and everything else. Not to mention, in all reality, salt helps bring the water to a boil. I use Celtic sea salt, finely ground. So this is what it looks like, kind of like sand almost. Celtic salt is really, really, really healthy for you. Better than iodine salt. So that's why I use it. Not to mention, I now have a son to think about. So adding my rice in. Going ahead and add that in. Mind you, you'll probably hear some noise in the background. My son is playing in his little play area. And when I add that in, I just go ahead and give it a little stir and leave it alone for the most part. For the most part. Gotta let it do its thing. Alright, so I also have, what makes it Turkish is literally only the spices. I've got a combination of spices. It's nothing but basically just garlic, cumin, coriander, allspice, and some chili flakes. Like, you could smell it. Like, it smells amazing. In this, you just need yellow onion, 1 tomato, Persian cucumber, lemon, and garlic. I'm gonna be honest. And also dill. Fresh garlic, honestly, is a lot better. However, if you don't have fresh garlic, or if you just don't feel like cutting up fresh garlic, it comes in a can, a little jar like this, and you keep it refrigerated, and it's literally in nothing but like olive oil, like, which helps to keep it fresh. Nice little cheap. Like, I love it. I don't feel like cutting garlic. Really don't feel like cutting onion. However, it's important to this dish. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start cutting everything up. I will start with this onion first. I hate cutting onions. Like, I really, truly hate cutting onions. But cut off the hairy part. You don't want hair. Once you cut that off, it's easier, of course, to peel. Now, mind you, I have a little trash bag over here. It's just easier for me to have a trash bag as opposed to trying to run back and forth. So whether it's a little grocery store bag or even if you could just keep the trash can beside you, but I don't want a big bulky trash can beside me, especially not while I'm cooking. It disturbs me. By the way, I guess I kind of, to an extent, forgot. It's DIY Thai. Obviously, do it yourself. I'm Thai. Boom. Don't play with knives like I just did. Not smart. So, cut my onion in half there, like that. And, mind you guys, I'm not a chef. I don't do this in a way that is all professional. Not professional at all. Like, I'm not. Reality is, I really don't need this entire onion. And honestly, I'm about to cry already. Oh my gosh. I'm crying, guys. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't cook on camera because I'm a fool. See? Fool. So, chopping up the onions, dicing them up nice and small. These will be used to cook later. Rip onion. My poor eyes. Bad thing is, once you rub your eyes, I swear it makes it worse. But I can't help it. I'm crying. Okay, I'm crying. Mind you guys, most of my meals literally only take like 30 minutes. And that pretty much includes most of the prep work. I hate cooking. I cook because I love to eat. Like 30 minutes for me is like a really long time for cooking, and I hate it. I hate cooking. But because I don't like to spend my money on a lot of other food, like eating out all the time, it's why I do it. And at least I know what's going in my food. I know what I'm putting in my food. I like to eat, in all reality, a little bit healthier as far as the organic stuff and different things like that. Go ahead and dice this tomato up. Like I said, I'm crying. I cut off the butt. Excuse me, guys. Like, I really hate cutting onions. Somebody told me to put a mash in between your two front teeth. Actually, I think I was watching, what was I watching? It was a movie. I forgot the name of the movie. But she said, you put a match in between your two front teeth. Let me tell you, I tried it. I really did try it, guys. And it started to work for a while. I swear it did. But this goes to show just how much your mind, you can pretty much trick your mind into all kinds of things. Because my mom said something to me about it, and you know, she was just like, well, how does that work? What works with it? Blah blah blah. And then the moment I started thinking of it and everything more, I was like, it's gone. Didn't work no more. But hey, you know. So yeah, my nose. I'm really crying, y'all. Like, so. I just wanted to dice up these last few little teeny tiny pieces of tomato. I use the whole tomato. Let that sit there. Oh my gosh. But once you cut onions, like, it's right. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give this rice a quick stir. It was only a cup of water in here. Like 1 cup of water. That was it. Go ahead. Stir that up because you don't want it to stick. Like, it's very important. Sometimes what I do also is put the rice in a pan first, and with a little bit of oil, like olive oil, and kind of quickly cook it that way. And then from there, I'll then finish cooking it the rest of the way. It gives it this sticky texture, which I actually really kind of like. All right. Now, cucumbers. Persian cucumbers. I love the flavor of them. I love everything about Persian cucumbers. They're just awesome. Okay. Dice those up. Reality is the Persian cucumbers, like, they don't have to be finely chopped or anything like that. The smaller pieces, I just, you know, either I have those, and then the bigger pieces, I quarter them so that they're pretty much all the same size. So yeah, once that's done, and this is literally like all the prep work technically. Now, afterwards, I always enjoy adding a touch more water to my rice at the end, just to help while it sits a little bit more. Because with this, because of how the meat is, you like that rice to really just be nice and soft. That, mind you, it's in a metal pan. Metal pans tend to cook a little bit faster because they heat faster in the way that they tend to hold heat. When going this fast, don't chop your fingers off, obviously. You chop your finger off, it ain't on me. Parts of it. Alrighty, so that's done. Now that that's done, then I go ahead, my lemon. Now, the lemon, you want a couple different things. You want the zest of it, obviously. You want the zest, but then at the same time, you're gonna cut it. And the reality is you're probably gonna use all of the zest, so just get a nice amount of zest off. The zest helps to release that real lemon flavor. What the flavor is in the skin. I promise y'all it is. But yeah, like I said, 30 minutes for me is a long time. I hate cooking, but I love to eat. So, you want to eat good food, you want to know what's in your food, then sounds like what you need to do is cook for yourself. Plus, at least I know what I'm giving my child to. I swear, I kind of love this like all-in-one grater. It's awesome. Go ahead and pull all of that off. Make sure it's all in one little mixing bowl. That way it's just easier. When you prep like this, it's just a lot easier to grab what you need and go. As you're, cooking everything up, everything just kind of comes as one. Stir my rice again real quick, because you don't want it to stick. Rice will stick, obviously. Okay. What? I'm like flinging rice everywhere. Okay. Don't mind me. Thank goodness my child is not over here. Hot rice burns because it sticks. Okay. Worst. See, it's getting nice and soft, just how I like it. And this is jasmine rice, just so you know, because there's like all kinds of different types of rice. And yeah, I want to turn that heat back on. Yes, I am using a gas stove. Okay, so lemon zested. I go ahead and I cut it in half, and then I quarter it. Half of the half, basically. Okay. All right. So put those over there next to the lemon zest, obviously. Now that that is done, I've already got my garlic, so I don't need to chop any garlic. This usually will take like 2 cloves off the garlic. So if you have a full piece of garlic, then you just really, in all reality, need 2 cloves. This is dill. This is what dill looks like grass. Okay. So basically what you do, you just want to pull all the little stringy parts off. Okay. That's what you want. You don't want the stems or anything like that, just the little stringy parts. Okay. And when you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to sit there, you're going to chop it up, blah, blah, blah. Got to be nice and tiny. And yeah, so as you can see, most of it's off. Got a few pieces left. Don't really want to waste fresh dill, okay? So try your best to get it all off. Okay, so back to my rice. It's done. All right, that's perfect. I turn the heat off. Once I turn that heat off, it's nice and sticky. It's perfect. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, then add my top. Boom, done. Cheese. Told y'all gonna hear him in the back eventually. He sees that the light is on, and so he knows what's going on. All right, so just I like to kind of scrunch this up because otherwise it's kind of hard. Mind you, don't catch your fingers. Once again, don't chop your fingers off. It's really easy to do with this. But yeah, I try to just like clump it in a little bowl and squish it together, and then do just like this. And yeah, kind of gets it chopped down nice and fine. And it's sprinkle texture at this point now. So now that that is done, you sit there. You should have wet your knife. If you wet your knife, things don't stick as much. Learn that. And it's kind of awesome. Great trick. However, I didn't do it. So, rinsing my knife off now. All right. All that's done. So at this point in time, mind you, I do have butter out. Butter is good. Good butter. So, got my lemons, got my lemon zest, got my cucumbers, got everything done. So now what I'm going to do, I got a little teeny tiny bowl, and I'm going to make a sauce, okay? Sauce is good. So, for the sauce, I want to add my cucumbers. I'm a bit thrown off because I have a little visitor over here who's staring at me. It's my mother, by the way. Like, hi, how are you? All right, so I want to, no, I don't want to add my cucumbers in yet. I lied. I'm sorry, guys. She really threw me off. Go away. She threw me off. Look, if you're going to stand there, you either come over here or you go away. Okay, then. Now, back to reality. Back to what I was doing. I have, you can find these little packets and they're kind of awesome because they're like perfect. I like these. They're little packets of sour cream. They're like personalized. And so they give me pretty much the exact amount that I need. You can buy sour cream in the store if you can't find these little packets. Sometimes you can find them at Sam's or BJ's. They're easy to order in all reality, especially from Restaurant Depot. Mind you, I'm cooking for just, you know, me and my family, so yum. Don't judge me. I'm not a chef. I don't do things proper. I might sometimes. Yes, okay, so sour cream in the bowl. Trash. Lemon zest. All the lemon zest in the bowl. Yum, 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 yum. Got a little bit more yum, yum. And then half of the dill. We want to add half of this dill in here. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. See? As you can see that. Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, now, I need to wash my hands. I need a cloth. Don't have my cloth. All right, so, hands dried. Garlic, important. Gotta be able to open it, that's also very important. All right, so, a little bit of garlic. Like, when I say a little bit, you really don't need a lot because you're gonna add garlic and other stuff. See? A little bit. Not even like a half a teaspoon. It's just going in the sauce. Okay. So, and take your other spoon. Salt. Salt is important. Nice big pinch of salt. See? See, see, see? That's more than a pinch. Shake a little off. You don't want it salty. Because Celtic salt is like super salty. Alright, that's good there. Okay? Mind you guys, my glasses are falling down. Alright, so here, add pepper. I love fresh ground black pepper. It's got a better taste to it. It's fresh. Like, you can't beat the taste of fresh ground black pepper as opposed to that already ground up pepper. Like, I swear it's like it loses its potency, okay? Alright, so this is done. What I'm going to do, take it, stir. Mix it up all together, okay? Alrighty. And this here is the sauce that will go on top of everything. This needs to sit, all the flavors get to marry and all of that stuff. Boom, done. Now, another bowl. Another little medium-sized bowl. What I'm going to do at this point now is go ahead, I'm going to add the cucumbers. Cucumbers, cucumbers, cucumbers. Add the tomato. Need the tomato. all the tomato juices as well. All right, now lemon. Nice big squeeze of lemon all over it. If you have not de-seeded your lemon, de-seed your lemon, or put your hand under to catch the lemon, because otherwise you'll get seeds. Nobody wants to eat the seeds of a lemon. Okay. Glad we had that conversation. Glad that's done. Once again, hands first. Alrighty. Now, that's done. Olive oil. This is the good olive oil. Take this, add a nice little drizzle. I probably should tell you guys about how much that is. It's just a nice large drizzle. That's all. Just know that it's a large drizzle, okay? And it should coat. It should coat it. Rest of the dill goes in now. Dill is important in this dish. And dill is like, it's mild, but it's not mild all at the same time. When you think of dill, please don't, like, when you think of fresh dill, don't think of like a dill pickle. It doesn't taste like a dill pickle, okay? All right. There's my hands once more. And at this point, I'm getting a cloth because I'm tired of running back and forth and taking my hands off. So, yes, that's done. And salt and pepper again. Once again, salt and pepper. Mind you, be careful with Celtic salt. So, yeah. You don't want salty food. Salty food tastes bad. Like, gross. More pepper. Everything gets seasoned separately on its own. It helps to build layers of flavor. And then we mix. Getting everything coated in everything. Once again, this gets done before we start cooking our meat. The meat won't take long to cook, but this helps the flavors really soak in, seep in, and yeah. So now that's that. That's what that looks like. Then you take it, you sit it to the side, and that's it. Now, mind you, gotta put this here. In a pan, you can really use any kind of pan you want. However, when it comes to cooking meat, if you really want to cook your meat well, nice cast iron skillet is heavy. It's heavy, okay? Sit it there, it's beautiful. Turn that heat on. About medium heat. Nice large drizzle of oil in there, okay? Perfect. All right, set your oil back here. All right, that needs to heat, okay? While that heats, I am going to transfer my last 2 lemons over here. Let those sit. I'm also going to move this knife out the way. Dangerous, very dangerous. Before I do that, let me just wipe off the bottom of this bowl real quick. And while that heats, I want to go ahead and quickly wash this cutting board off. I'm a person that I like to clean as I go. That way, by the time my dinner is finished, I don't have a big mess to clean up. I also hate having a big mess to clean. Like, nobody feels like cleaning after they have... Nobody feels like cleaning after they've just, like, eaten. Nobody feels like cleaning right before they eat, because then your food gets cold. Like, you don't want cold food. You don't, like, gross. Ew, no. It's bad. It's just all bad. So, clean as you go. You won't have that issue. Now, let's use this. Okay, wooden spoon. Let me move my salt and pepper over. Okay. Mind you, also feta cheese. Gotta tell you, you kind of will need feta cheese. I do have feta cheese as well. Let me move these out the way a little bit. And now, if you want to know if your oil is hot, you know what you do. Some people splash water in the hot oil which is insane because if it's actually hot the way that you want it, it's gonna start popping, and that's how people get burned. So you really want to know, wooden spoon or spatula, whatever, wooden though, you take the end, stick it in, and if it's hot, it'll start creating bubbles. If it's not, you know that you still have a little bit of time. So I also can find, I like these little packets of cheese. These also are not too hard to find. I mean, I guess it depends on the area that you shop in or the stores that you shop in. Some Trader Joe's have them. They have the little packets of cheese, all of that stuff. Like, they are pretty darn awesome. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead, and there are my bubbles. Found them. All right, cool. So now what I can do is first wipe the end of this off. I don't want it all over the place. Go ahead and add my chopped onions. Okay, onions go in first. Now I have on a plate sitting to the side, wrapped up, my meat. It is wrapped up and sitting and soaking. It just wanted it to marinate a little bit. Add a little bit more salt. Like I said, everything gets seasoned every day. Okay. And I'm doing this back here like a weirdo because I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be in the camera, but you know, I just really want you guys to see this food. So you can see the food. There you go. All right, so the onions need to brown. That is the purpose of adding these onions in first. So these will soften up and they will brown, not burn, you know, which is black, but brown. So the onions are just soft, nicely cooked and caramelized. Caramelized. I don't know which one is supposed to be correct. I say caramelized, so whatever. All right. I'm gonna stop stirring those, leave them alone for a second, come back to them. I'm going to go ahead and give this another quick stir, just to make sure that anything in it, everything is all the way mixed up. The onions they usually only take about anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the type of pan that you use. Like I said, this is cast iron, so when it does heat, like, another good thing about this, but when it does heat, it's fine. It really heats and it holds the heat just as much as it really helps food to really hold its flavor and soak up flavor into it, which is like amazing. So yeah, that's that. We'll go ahead and do this. Give this another quick stir and mix. Alright, so almost done. Here's the waiting game. Alright, so this is done. I cook all kinds of things that sound all kinds of fancy, but in all reality, it's not fancy. Yes, darling. You would like a new DVD? Is that one done? A DVD? So if he's not usually in the kitchen with me in his chair, sitting here with his own spoon and bowl, he is usually using his little educational DVDs, which he absolutely loves. Let me change it real quick for him. Oh, right, look. Hi, handsome. All right, there we go. Ready? Ready. Good job. All right, so these are pretty much done. Like I said, I had the meat sitting over to the side. I literally, to marinate it, I literally only added a hint. Like when I say a hint, I mean a hint of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Is that not the DVD that you would like? Which one would you like? Which one would you like? Yeah. Would you like to go over your sight words? Or your blends? Alright, so go ahead, add the meat. Okay. As that starts to brown, you want to go ahead and season. Good. Because remember, everything gets seasoned. Y'all about to like hate me for that because I'm like talking to y'all like y'all are little kids. Alrighty. Season. Now, go ahead, add a little bit more. Clean this off real quick. Simply because I do not do, that's one thing I don't do. I don't do cross contamination. This much garlic, if you can see it. Not bad. Toss it right on in there. To be honest, fresh is best. It really is. It is what it is. My seasonings. Season. Add that in there. There we go. Okay. Did I have everything? My cheese is gonna go in last. It's gonna go over everything. So start stirring this up, letting the meat really cook down in there. Finally, like I said, at this point, everything is pretty much done. Yeah. The meat is literally like the last thing to cook. And like I said, cast iron skillets really hold their flavor, and yeah, it's awesome. So yeah. So these are types of meals that not only I eat, but my son also eats. Yes, Sterling. Y'all are gonna probably hear that in like all of my videos. That's like his favorite thing to do is call me. And it's just like, dude, like, okay. Alright, so the meat is cooked. You don't want to overcook it at this point in time. You turn the heat off. It is, I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys should be able to see it. Nice and browned and everything. It's awesome. And it smells amazing. Gosh, it smells amazing. Alright, so that's done. And honestly, this also can work with ground turkey, ground chicken. Like, it's fine with anything. Alright, now what I'm going to go ahead and do. Yes, darling. He gets a bit jealous, you guys, just so you know. Gets a bit jealous. When I'm not. He doesn't. He's so used to having my full attention because he's an only child that, yeah. So, put the rice in the bowl. Rice is in the bowl. Okay. This is like enough for like 2 to 3 servings, depending on how much you eat. 1 serving if you're like me, okay? which I'm very, very greedy. I love to eat. When I say, granted, my size does not show it. However, like, yeah, I really wish I could be on like Man versus Food and or something, because, or you know, even, oh my gosh, like I absolutely love the show. What's that? Not Guys versus Games, although I do love that show too. Guys Big Bites, diners, drive-ins, and dives. That's it. That's it right there. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that's done. Rice is in the bowl. Now you can go ahead, add your meat. You don't have to worry about straining it. Like, another thing that I did, I patted the meat dry before, you know, I added it into the pan, or before I marinated it, any of that stuff. So, and I didn't get any beef with a lot of fat content in it, so you're really not getting a lot of excess. So what you do get, it soaks into the rice because you've got all that flavor in there. It's awesome. It's hot. Because the thing will get hot too. Like, nobody wants that. Can I see this? Oh my gosh, it's awesome. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, let me tell you, you should invest in one, because yeah, now they're not cheap and they're not easy to find really these days. I don't remember the last time I saw a cast iron skillet in the store. That's crazy. I really don't. Wow. All right, I'm gonna set that there to the side real quick. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to add this here. We can just use this, which is fine. Add this to the top. Mind you guys, let me tell you what I definitely forgot to do. I usually add, the reason that I have the butter out is because I usually add about a tablespoon of butter to the rice right before I serve it. And I completely forgot to do that. But it's too late now because I've got everything all over. All right, so this goes on top of that. You're literally just like layering it. And then, guess what? Okay. Feta cheese. Feta. Okay. Feta cheese is like super crumbly. But with this, like, it goes so perfectly. Like, so perfectly. And you literally just like crumble it all over the top. Okay. All right. Now, that's done. Let me show y'all what this looks like when you plate it, okay? Like, I'm gonna actually take some out now and eat it. All right, so get a different spoon. All right, now at this point, I'm going to turn this camera a bit so you guys can see this. And oh my gosh, like, once you really get down in there and get a little bit of everything and it starts to really mix together, and then literally like look at that, it's so pretty looking. It's got color, it's got pizzazz, it's got pop to it. Like, it's perfect. Down it, then you just go ahead and you add a little bit of that sauce right on top, especially right in the middle, just to add a little bit of creaminess to it. Like, what? And then you sit there, you get a fork, spoon, whatever, fork. You can mix it all up. Like I said, get that creaminess all throughout. Not to mention the cheese will melt. So you're gonna get creaminess from the cheese, you're gonna get creaminess from your sauce. And it just creates this really good one little bite. You got your fresh, you got your hot, everything just. I just like cheese so well. Like, yo. Oh my god. But yeah, just that simple. That's it. Yo. Yeah, I don't understand. This is it right here. Okay? Right. That's so good. Let me stop eating in front of y'all. But, yep. There you go. Your Turkish spiced beef bowl over white rice with a creamy garlic dill lemon tzatziki sauce. That's it. Simple. That's it. And it's DIY Thai. Like, thumbs up, thumbs down if you didn't like it. You know, that's kind of up to you. Subscribe, share, let the world know. Thanks.